the singing of our national anthem.
We welcome you to Cintas Center at Xavier University. We've got the regional semifinal, the first of two games being played tonight. It's your Lakota East Thunderhawks taking on their GMC competitors, the Fairfield Indians. Man, these two teams just matched up just a few weeks ago and ended in a nail-biter, which came down to free throws at the end. Beck, this should be a very exciting game. I'm Max Earl, with me is Beck Lucas, and man, you're in for a good one tonight, folks.
Yeah. This is the big stage. We are finally here. Regional semifinal, and for both of these teams, I feel like it is no surprise that they are here for everyone on that team. They have worked all year. They've played great basketball all year, and they had to play tough teams just to make it here, and they came out on top. Both these teams have been super special this year. Shout out to both schools, Lakota East and Fairfield, both teams from the GMC. I mean, the GMC has really looked strong this year. But let's look back at the two matchups in the regular season. First game, Lakota East versus Fairfield at Lakota East. Lakota East dominated the whole way through. You know why? Because they started out hot. The very next game, the next time they played, Fairfield, 14-2 in the first quarter. At the end of that first quarter, Fairfield came out of the gate on fire, and that's ultimately what led to Lakota East losing. So for East, you got to avoid that here. You got to start off hot. You cannot be cold shooting. I am super amped for this game. This Cintas regional semifinals, the winner will go on to play either St. X or Lakota West. And if Lakota East and Lakota West wins, you could be seeing game of the year possibly on Sunday.
Yeah, this should be a very interesting one. Like you mentioned, two GMC teams, two teams from the same conference. This conference delivers competitive basketball year-round. Both teams coming off of pretty big wins. I know that the game against Centerville for East looked further apart than it really was, but they had the lead for the whole game. They really were playing control. They ultimately came out by only a 3-point margin, but they went on a 10-point run in that fourth quarter. They asserted their dominance, and it never seemed like they were going to let that game slip away from them.
Yeah, well, they just came out hot. Really, both teams, 3 threes in a row for both sides in that one, but for East, it just kept on going. We saw a legacy game out of Mikey Akindelli, something that we haven't seen really all year since the very first game of the season. Really happy to see him balling out there again. It wasn't the Trey Perry show. While he did play his part, he wasn't the focal point, and that is huge for playoff basketball. You cannot rely on just one guy carrying your team all the way through, and you can tell that this Lakota East team is ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, and you look at this Fairfield side, they come off a statement win against Elder. We thought that game was going to be close. Fairfield took care of business 55-36 against the Elder Cougars. So this should be a great game. Both starting lineups are out there. We are moments away from tip-off. Your starting five for Lakota East. We've seen them all season. Trey Perry, Michael Akindelli, Ashton Washburn, the freshman Brady Bowman, and P.J. McFarland round out the lineup. For Fairfield, you've got Gabe Clemens, Matthew Hilbert, Raymir Coney, Michael Lewis, and Davion Krim. McFarland and Clemens will line up for tip-off, and we will get this regional semifinal underway. Tip-off won by P.J. McFarland, and Trey Perry will dish it to Brady Bowman to start this one. East will have the first possession.
And big height difference on that tip-off. P.J. McFarland just 6'5". Gabe Clemens 6'10". P.J. McFarland so strong though, so athletic, able to get up there.
Gotta
Plays
think
tight end.
Gotta think East looking to start like they did last game against Centerville, 3 threes in a row. Gotta get Mikey Akindelli and Trey Perry hot from beyond the arc. Perry pulls up from 3 to start out. No good off the front of the rim, but P.J. McFarland there for the rebound. Strong board there for East to start.
Yeah, and boards are going to be a huge factor in this one. East has to out-rebound if they want a chance.
Beautiful drive to the rim, and a Euro step there from Mikey Akindelli to put the first 2 on the board. East will take a 2-0 lead to start.
Man, Mikey Akindelli reminding me of Jamal Murray. He's just turning it on for the playoffs. Started with that West Claremont game, had a spectacular showing last game against Centerville. Starting off hot here.
Krim working inside, trying to answer back. No good, and Trey Perry's there for the rebound. Good box out by McFarland on Clemens there under the rim.
Already a much better start than the last time they played Fairfield. Got to keep this up, though.
Last time they played Fairfield, lead got down all the way to 21-7 for Fairfield halfway through that second quarter. This time, they're not letting that happen. East continuing to move it around the perimeter. This is what they did really well against Centerville on Saturday. Trying to replicate that here tonight. Perry thought about pulling up for 3. Driving inside, good screen from McFarland, goes up, and he's rejected there under the rim by Matthew Hilbert. Here comes Michael Lewis in transition, trying to hurry it up. Good move there, out dribbles himself, and loses possession. First turnover of the night goes to Fairfield, and East will get a free possession here.
And the game plan coming in for East is just shut down Michael Lewis and Davion Krim. Last game, Michael Lewis was able to get going, so they switched up who is on him. They're going to throw Ashton Washburn on him, and he's just tough to go against. You see it there, out dribbling himself. That's what happens when you're up against Ashton Washburn.
Washburn to Perry. Perry over to Bowman. East seems much more in control of this one than they did the last time they played Fairfield just a few weeks ago. Here's Akindelli driving inside. No contest there from Krim as Akindelli puts 2 more to his tally. Man, Mikey Akindelli has really come alive this playoff run.
You can just feel his energy growing, and his confidence is at an all-time high right now. Not afraid to drive to the rim and get a tough bucket.
Krim to Lewis. Devion Krim and Michael Lewis, the 2 leading scorers for Fairfield. Can't forget about the big man, Gabe Clemens, the Miami University commit. Fairfield taking their time. Akindelli on Lewis. Good trap there by East, and East game plan in this one. Trap Michael Lewis and Davion Krim. Don't let them get any open shot attempts, and they're doing a great job right now.
Yeah, not letting them get to the basket easy.
And there, the first foul on the floor. That one gonna be called on P.J. McFarland. That'll send for the first time tonight Fairfield to the line. And if you think back to a couple weeks ago, Fairfield in that last game against East, they won that game off free throws, got all but 2 of their points in the fourth quarter from that line.
Right, and honestly, the score could have been a lot worse than that. Fairfield was not good from the line, 15 for 24. And while that may not seem too terrible, watching it, that fourth quarter, they missed about half of their free throws. East student section trying to get loud here, and they miss.
Second free throw, no good. Fairfield moved a little early there to try to get the rebound, so they'll ultimately come away with only 1 point. And yeah, like you mentioned, they weren't great from the line, even with all the opportunities they got. East got to clean it up on defense in this one.
Yeah, and huge shout out to the Lakota East student section. I see about maybe 20 to 30 students here, and I'm looking around. I don't see a I see it down there. I was about to talk trash on Fairfield, but you see East student section much larger than Fairfield. See if that'll play a factor in this one.
Yeah, both Lakotas always shine when it comes to student support. Probably the best fan sections in the GMC. Akindelli loses it there, but manages to keep it. Great pass. Washburn pulls up from 3, and he gets it to go. 7-1 now the score. What a play by Akindelli once again, and great job by Ashton Washburn to finish it there with the 3.
Credit the assist for Akindelli, but That's a confident shot from Ashton Washburn, a shot that you don't normally see him take.
East now up to a 6-point lead. Fairfield yet to score from the floor. Hilbert trying to get it to Krim, losing it there. This East press has been getting all over Fairfield's head. Hilbert tries from three, and he gets it! First three ball from Fairfield coming from Matthew Hilbert, the senior. 3-point game now. Huge shot for Fairfield. They needed something to get going. Washburn to Perry. From the corner, Akindelli, no good, but Ashton Washburn there for the rebound. But it's tipped away on his pass attempt. Unfortunate end there for East. Here's Lewis driving inside, going up on Washburn, and he gets it to go. Nothing really Ashton Washburn could do there. Good defense, but just a beautiful finish there from Michael Lewis.
And that's just a rebound for East that you got to at least try and capitalize on. An unfortunate errant pass. Fairfield's building some momentum now.
Can't let these empty possessions get to your head if you're Lakota East.
And if I'm PJ McFarland, I might be a little bit feel disrespected. They are just giving him a lot of space. I mean, he hasn't shot really at all any jumpers this year, but still leaving him that much space. I don't know, he could drive or something. We'll see what happens throughout the game.
Perry driving inside, got Clemens on him, doesn't matter, gets it in there anyway. No foul called on that, back to a 3-point lead. And like you mentioned, PJ McFarland only one 3-point shot attempt on the year. You got to think they're expecting him not to take any. That's why they're leaving him that open. Great work there by Perry to find an open lane inside.
But it's still dangerous, though. I mean, Gabe Clemens is not known for his defense or being aggressive down there. So you got to think PJ McFarland could have a lot of drive attempts in this one.
Bad pass there from Gabe Clemens. A lot of contact on him. We'll see for the first time some subs come in here for Lakota East. J.J. Smith, the freshman. Brody Hayes, the freshman, coming in as well. East, a very young squad, especially when it comes to their 6th and 7th guys. You see guys like J.J. Smith, Isaiah King, and Brody Hayes, and obviously Brady Bowman always in that starting lineup. Some freshmen that have a bright future here at Lakota East.
Yeah, it always gives you hope for the future. It's great to see them balling at this high of a level at just freshmen.
Smith to Bowman. Not as quick as a start as that Centerville game. Both teams taking their time a little bit more on offense. Perry driving inside, pulls up from mid-range, no good. J.J. Smith trying to get that rebound, couldn't get it, unfortunate bounce there. And Michael Lewis will take it up.
Man, J.J. Smith is an aggressive rebounder.
Hilbert from three, no good on his second attempt, fighting for it there, and Perry comes away with it. Brody Hayes not ready for that pass, and now Fairfield will get the opportunity once again, and the charge called. Beautiful work by the freshman J.J. Smith in the paint to draw the foul.
Or not.
Yeah, they're going to call that one a shooting foul after all.
I don't understand. I mean,
looked like from up here they signaled it a charge. Nonetheless, Fairfield now has the chance to take the lead for the first time in this game. Michael Lewis, 75% from the free throw line, and he's good on his first. Tie game here.
Well, what was a hot start for East has just developed in Fairfield's controlling the possessions more. East started off playing fantastic defense and getting open looks to their guys, but with Mikey Akindelli out, who has just been on fire recently, they need someone else to step up, probably looking to Trey Perry for that.
Smith thought about it from three there, doesn't take it. Eli Carpenter in there for the first time tonight. Smith working it down the baseline, trying to get it in, no good there. Rebound by Bronson. And now Fairfield trying to take the lead. 43 seconds left in this first quarter. Apologies, our clock is not in sync with the one down there on the court. Working it inside. And a foul on the floor called before Michael Lewis could take that shot. Fairfield will keep possession with 35 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Working it in. Krim with 30 seconds left. fades away from mid-range, no good, and it's tipped out. They'll call it out on Fairfield, though. East will get a possession with 27 seconds left to go.
Thought for sure that might go Fairfield's way. Great defensive stop from Lakota East. Got to take the lead here. It would be unfortunate to end this first quarter without having the lead after really feeling like they dominated for most of it.
Clock is back in sync on your screen now. Clock ticking below 20. East will probably try to get the last shot of this quarter. It has been a close game thus far. East came out with a little bit of a lead, but that lead now gone after a few good possessions from Fairfield. Perry drives inside, gets it outside. Hayes, no good on the three ball. J.J. Smith tried to put it back up, no good. The buzzer beater attempt isn't good either. So at the end of one, your score 9-9. We're all tied up here. This shaping up to be a close game all the way down to the finish. We'll step away for just a second before we bring you the second quarter here at Cintas Center. We welcome you back to Cintas Center. Second quarter about to be underway. Your score 9-9. It was a close first quarter. East came out firing, up by 6 at one point, but they lost that lead. Fairfield will start with it here in the second. Both teams playing pretty well out there, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Michael Lewis over to Krim. Krim thought about the three, doesn't take it. Fairfield taking their time here. Step back, shot from Lewis from three, and it's good. 3-point lead now for Fairfield. Their first lead of the night.
Man, that is just a huge three right there. Fairfield shooting 66% from that line. East at just 25.
Perry to Akindelli. Akindelli, beautiful move there. Pulls up from mid-range. No good. Fighting for it. And it ends up being called out on Lakota East. Fairfield will maintain possession.
All right, East just can't start losing it here. Got to maintain composure. Get a stop here.
Fairfield starting the game 66% from the three-point line. Krim. Krim trying to work it inside, gets it back out to Hilbert. East trying to maintain that trap, not let them get inside easily. Great defense there by Ashton Washburn. And now Perry will get a chance in transition. Good pass to Akindelli, who gets the two. Back to a 1-point lead for Fairfield. What a defensive stop by Ashton Washburn, working it inside on Michael Lewis.
Especially, I feel like East needed it most right there, and that's just perfect defense. You can't get better than that.
Krim to Lewis. Lewis trying to drive inside. Puts it up, and it's good with the and one attempt coming from Michael Lewis.
Man.
Got to be careful. That's who they didn't want to let get started early. Michael Lewis already at 8 points. He's coming alive here in this first quarter.
Yeah, he was the one that gave East problems the last time they played. Looking like it's going to start again. Got to contain him. Cannot let him keep up this production.
His free throw is good. Sinks the and one. Up to 10 now on his tally. 4-point lead, the biggest for Fairfield tonight. Bowman trying to work it inside, gets it to Akindelli in the corner. Over to Washburn. East only 25% from the three-point line. They probably want a higher statistic than that, considering how well they shot against Centerville.
Yeah, they were just on fire against Centerville. Not seeing the same production like that in this one. Still a lot of game left to play, though.
Akindelli to Perry. Perry trying to work it inside. Over to Akindelli, who pulls up from three. No good, and P.J. McFarland unable to get the rebound there. Gabe Clemens gets his first board of the night. Sorry, his second board.
That's a shot that you almost expect Mikey Akindelli to just knock down.
Clemens from three, no good there. And there for the rebound was Bowman, who's fouled. 5:08 left here in this second quarter.
And while Gabe Clemens is 6'10", he has had games where he's just knocked down a lot of threes. Games against West where he hit 4 threes in one game. You just don't really see that of a guy that's 6'10", especially in high school. You kind of just say, hey, get down there and get us some rebounds. But Gabe Clemens, I mean, there's a reason he's committed to Miami with Trey Perry.
Perry's three from deep, no good. Trying to work it inside. It's going to be called out on East there. Ashton Washburn tried to get it back. 4:44 left here in the second. And Fairfield has really been the team in control throughout this second quarter. East playing catch up a little bit here, which is what they didn't want to do. It's what caught them at the end of that last Fairfield East game.
Yeah, that Centerville game, they were able to stay ahead the whole time. Do not want to go down big here against Fairfield. I mean, they've shown they can come back, but it's not the spot where you want to be.
And that time, just missed layup attempt there from Davion Krim. Trying to draw the foul, couldn't get it.
Yeah,
East will take over.
Just lost control there. Thought the next best thing to do is look for the foul.
Bowman to McFarland. McFarland working it inside. Almost lost it there. Able to regain possession. Perry driving in. Over to Akindelli. Akindelli trying to get it in on Krim. Pump fake, no good. And Fairfield ball. McFarland not able to get the rebound there. Gabe Clemens just a little bit too tall.
And you would think with a guy that's 6'10", they would just need Gabe Clemens down there to get the rebounds. But every time East has put up a shot, they have to have 2 other Fairfield players down there to help them out. P.J. McFarland can't get the rebound over 3 guys.
And credit to Fairfield's defense for hustling to that rebound like they have. They've definitely won the board battle in the second quarter. Krim trapped there a little bit. Press a little bit more relaxed for East in the second quarter than they were at the beginning of that first. Trying to get it out there, but a foul called on Ashton Washburn. He's not happy with that one. Lewis will dish it in for Fairfield. 3:44 left to play in the first half. Pulling up from 3, no good there. Brody Hayes there for the rebound. Perry now working it up. Got Clemens on him, fighting inside, and he gets the 2. Down to a 2-point lead. These teams are going to have to go into halftime, talk things over a little bit, and they cannot afford to come out flat from the locker room.
No, you can't. You have to be perfect come playoff time, and especially getting this deep into the playoffs, you have to play perfect. The teams you're going to play, there's no Cole Rain on your schedule in the playoffs, especially not after the first round.
Great hustle there by Ashton Washburn. East comes away with it. They now have a chance to tie it up. And the big thing that worked for East last game against Centerville was coming out of that locker room firing. No good for Trey Perry. East still not had a chance to shoot any free throws. From 3, Hilbert pulling up from NBA range, and it's good. What a shot from Matthew Hilbert.
Did not expect that one to fall.
Hilbert 2 for 3 on threes to start the night. Not usually a big scorer for Fairfield, but he has contributed here early on.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to look for somebody else to try and score with Michael Lewis and Davion Krim being looked at.
Hayes from 3, can't get it to go. But Washburn wide open, gives it to Bowman. Can't take advantage of the open 3 ball, and a foul called on the floor. Man, East has got to take advantage of those wide open shot attempts. Hayes couldn't get it, Bowman couldn't get it.
Wondered if Bowman could have just taken another step, make it an easier 3. Surprised Ashton Washburn didn't pull it. Those were shots that they were knocking down against Centerville. Not what you want to see.
McFarland to Perry, working it inside. The oop pass not going to work out there. Getting it back out. Fairfield done a good job adjusting. They haven't given East any open looks down in the paint. Perry pulls back from mid-range, and he's perfect from right there.
Man, that's not a shot Trey Perry will miss.
We see the press from East meeting them before they even get to half court. Krim got Hayes on him. Hayes trying to stay on him. McFarland meets him under the rim. Stops him the first time, but he gets the bucket and the and one attempt. And man, Fairfield, like last time they met East, is getting those fouls called, and they're getting shots at the line.
You hate to see that. I mean, I don't think East has gone to the line tonight, and that's really what aided Fairfield the last time. So 24 free throw attempts. To me, that is just absurd. I mean, it plays on East part 2, you think. You got to stay disciplined and not making those fouls easy to call.
The chance to go up by 6, and they can't get it. Ball out. Fairfield able to get the rebound. Krim will pull up from deep beyond the 3-point line. And J.J. Smith there for the rebound there. 1:20 left in the second quarter. Perry working it up court. And he gets the charge called on him. Good work there under the basket.
Playing a little bit too fast. Great job from Fairfield there, able to get their feet set. A little bit shaken up, but man, great defensive play.
Great work there. I believe that's Peyton Jones who drew that one. Lewis will take it up with 1:09 left to go. Fairfield with a little bit of control before halftime. East will try to make a stop and come up with something. Hayes on Krim. Krim back out to Hilbert. Hilbert tries from deep, and he gets it to go once again. He has been electric from beyond the arc tonight, and he extends the lead to 8 before halftime.
Averaging just 5 points a game, and he's just pulling up from dang near NBA range, just knocking it down. I mean, this is crazy.
Way to go by Matthew Hilbert to step up here in this playoff game. He's a big reason the lead is where it is at for Fairfield. 20 seconds left to go before halftime. East will have a few things to discuss in the locker room. Their offense has been a little bit stale in this second quarter. Perry working it inside, putting it up. Can't get it to go. Fairfield there for the rebound. With 5 seconds left to go, working it inside. Clemens puts it up. Can't get it. On the floor, puts it up one last time. No good. With that, we will head to the locker room for halftime. What a game it's been so far. Fairfield has found a little bit of control here in the second quarter after they started out behind. Your score going into halftime, 23-15. We'll step away for the break and see you back for the second half of this regional semifinal here in Cintas Center. We welcome you back to Cintas Center, the start of the second half. I got it. Your score 23-15 for Fairfield. Sorry, our scoreboard messed up there a little bit. Some chants coming from that Fairfield crowd. East hasn't put up too many points since that first quarter. Perry comes out hot, though, from mid-range and adds 2 to East's tally. East at 17. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties there at the beginning. Fairfield has shot great from beyond the arc out there. Taken away there by McFarland in transition, and he gets his first bucket of the night. Exactly how East wanted to start this second half.
Yeah, this is what they needed, and this game started off all East. They started off really hot, and then Fairfield got settled in, and they took away all that momentum. They were knocking down tough shots, some long-range threes hit by Hilbert. Very dominating second quarter after a dominating East first quarter. Another big play there for East.
Some great defense from East here to start this second half. They shot an abysmal 12.5% from beyond the arc. They had some open looks. They've got to get that sorted out, and they've got to get some production, maybe get some guys to the free throw line. They didn't have a single chance to do that in the first half.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Cannot shoot 12%.
Perry working it in, no good. McFarland there for the rebound, puts it back up, and it's good. What a start to the second half for P.J. McFarland. 4 points here early in this third quarter.
Man.
East has already taken a huge chunk out of that Fairfield lead. Only a one-possession game now.
What a way to start for East. Oh, the crowd getting into it.
Foul there on the floor before Krim could get the shot up. 6:13 left. Already 2 minutes into this second half. East made this game very close once again, back to what we saw in that first quarter.
Yeah, they've done this before against Fairfield where they are down coming out of a quarter and they can come all the way back.
Krim, beautiful shot there.
Great shot there, but East has done this before. They've been in this situation before where they had to come back on Fairfield, and they've done it. Just got to keep going and hopefully they can be able to finish it out in this one. What a way to start, though, coming out of halftime. And in a game, like a playoff game like this, could not afford to come out flat. East did the opposite.
McFarland taking his time. Akindelli probably looking to get hot here as well in the second half. Perry has yet to put up a shot from outside the arc tonight. Here's Akindelli working it inside, puts it up. Beautiful work there by Akindelli to finish that one off. East keeps the lead down to 2.
Akindelli still making some huge plays. Going to need him to stay hot this half. Kind of slowed down a little bit in that first half.
What a crossover from Davion Krim, and he finishes it off with a 3-ball. Fairfield is a good 55% from beyond the arc, and it's a big reason for their lead in this game.
And that's just the only reason that they're up right now. East is 12.5% from 3. Fairfield is 55.6. That is a huge difference.
East just got to sink one to get some momentum. Fairfield's been sinking them from NBA range. You see that second three-point line for college. Perry working it inside on Clemens, puts it up, no foul, rejected by Clemens, but he's fouled.
Finally.
Trying to get the rebound. East will maintain possession. East still yet to see the free throw line.
Yeah, that is Fairfield's first foul of the game.
Bowman will dish it in here. Into McFarland. Perry from 3. Can't get it to go. McFarland trying to fight for it. Can't get it. Fairfield will take over possession. And East still not able to get it from beyond the arc, down to 11% from the three-point line.
That's close to unacceptable in a game like this. You got to knock down some of those threes. And so surprising that they weren't able to carry some of that momentum over from that Centerville game where they were just on fire.
Yeah, started that Centerville game 3 for 3 from the line. seemed every open shot opportunity they wouldn't let go to waste as Brody Hayes subs in here for Mikey Akindelli. But only about 1 for 10 from the three-point line. That is not good enough in a playoff game like this. Still, though, only a two-possession game. Fairfield trying to maintain it there. Lost possession, trying to get it to Krim, and East will take over.
Despite the difference in scoring and Fairfield's high three-point percentage, they have not made it easy for Fairfield trying to drive it in. Good
pass to Washburn. Can't get it to go from beyond the arc. Another missed open three attempt. East has got to start converting on those sooner or later as Krim puts it up, can't get it. Brody Hayes there trying to get it into Trey Perry, can't. Another missed opportunity there for the East offense. Fairfield will slow it down, try to find something open. 3:41 left to go in the third.
That's a moment where if you're Brody Hayes, you got to just slow it down.
Here's Krim trying to work it in on Hayes. Floater there, no good. And it's going to be called goaltending there.
What?
Oh, they're going to call it a shooting foul, apologies. They'll let Krim go to the line. Atkins is heated with that. And apologies if you hear any foul language from that East student section. They're not happy as well. First free throw for Krim is good. They're shooting a much better free throw percentage than they did last time they played East at about 70% from the line. Second one goes as well. So with 3:30 left to go in the third quarter, East is down by 7. Bowman trying to work it in to Hayes. Over to Washburn, inside to Perry. Perry! And it's gonna be called there on Fairfield. East will maintain possession.
About time a call like that goes East's way. And this is just what happened the last time too, just constantly calls for Fairfield.
And finally, for the first time tonight, we see Lakota East at the free throw line. Perry sinks the first of his two. He's 80% on the season. He's the last guy you want to send to the line if you're Fairfield.
Yeah, and this crowd always going to get loud, always going to be doing their best to try and get in Trey Perry's head. It's been like that for about 4 years now.
No good on the second there. And Gabe.
At this point, when you're seeing Davion Krim time after time just drive straight to the basket with just one guy on him, you got to get some support down there.
East has got to get some three-pointers going. They're 10% on the night.
I mean, if you just hit on half of those, this game is tied.
Same story as the last time they played Fairfield as well. No good on the and one attempt. Perry will take it up. Perry's got 9 points here tonight. Working it inside over Gabe Clemens' head. Akindelli, good rebound there. He's trying to find an open look to McFarland. McFarland to Perry. Perry thought about taking it, doesn't. To the corner, Akindelli. Good pass inside there to Bowman. Couldn't find the shot opportunity, though. East really taking their time on this possession. They can't let any go to waste. McFarland driving inside here. 2:10 left in the third quarter. And East has been yet to find an open shot look. Perry drives in, no good. Foul on the floor there. East will maintain possession. This is a long one lasting almost 30 seconds now.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to slow it down and make sure they get some points on this one, trying to not let this game get out of hand. And this is exactly how it went to start the game. I mean, you start off the half really well, and then Fairfield's able to just take control.
Perry from the corner. No good. Another missed three for Lakota East. That is one that you had to have. And a tip pass there by Bowman, still able to be caught by Clemens, who has it taken away Fairfield will keep possession. Man, East only 9% from the three-point line. It has killed them tonight. They had the opportunity there with Perry wide open in the corner, and they just couldn't make it.
The three ball has been up and down all year for Lakota East.
And a foul called there on Clemens. With that, I believe Fairfield now in the bonus. So even more free throws will be coming for Fairfield if they get fouled even on the floor.
And the bonus is what killed East the last time they played Fairfield. Looking like it's going to be the same thing here. We have to start hitting some threes. We have to at this point.
There's going to be some talk during the break between now and the fourth quarter. They've got to switch up that game plan a little bit. That one, not even close to for Clemens on that free throw attempt. The one thing that could save East here, Fairfield not the greatest from the free throw line. Krim been at the line a lot tonight, and he's their best free throw shooter, but everybody else on that Fairfield team struggles a little bit as Gabe Clemens goes 0 for 2 from the line. So East dodges a bullet. They still have a chance to make this a two-possession game. Akindelli to Bowman. Bowman inside to Akindelli. Good catch by Akindelli. No foul call. He's rejected by Gabe Clemens. Krim to Jones from three. No good. And Akindelli's there for the rebound. Good pass to Trey Perry, who goes up. A lot of contact. And he'll get two shots. Perry fired up out there. Looked like everybody on that Fairfield defense got his hand on him.
Yeah, I might have just gone up and left if they didn't call a foul on that one.
Trey Perry is senior year here at East after 4 productive seasons. He's the all-time leading scorer for Lakota East basketball program, and he can't get his first free throw to go. And East's shot percentage all over the court, even from the free throw line, has been subpar. You think if only they could get half of those misses to go in. This game is so much closer. Fairfield really hasn't been that impressive from the floor. They've just gotten to that free throw line.
And you hate to say it, but you gotta think, could the stage just be a little bit too big?
And what do you know, foul called there on Ashton Washburn that time. 2 more shots coming for Fairfield.
It's just gonna be exactly like the fourth quarter, the last time against Fairfield. Every single point coming from the line. You got to give credit to Fairfield. I mean, being able to drive with power and get these fouls called. East's got to stay more disciplined, but so unfortunate right now.
Michael Lewis good on his first of 2 shots. Chance to extend this lead to 9, the biggest it's been tonight. The only saving grace for East here, they do have an entire another quarter of basketball after this one, so they do have a chance to turn it around. They've just got to clean things up, and they've got to start making these open shot opportunities. Coach Atkins cannot be happy with how many open opportunities East has missed.
Yeah, you just got to knock some of these down. I mean, find the guys that are going to make the shots.
Washburn to Smith. Here's Bowman working it inside, over to Washburn, who puts it up from 3. No good once again. And Fairfield there for the rebound once again.
Man.
That three-point percentage just continues to go down for Lakota East.
8.3.
20 seconds left in the third quarter. East going to have to regroup. They're going to have to play aggressive here in this fourth and avoid some fouls as well. Smith, clean defense there. Krim from deep beyond the arc, no good. Mikey Akindelli will put it up with 2 seconds left to go. Almost made that buzzer beater. But that will do it for your third quarter. The score 34-25 for Fairfield. They've been in control in the third. East got some things to talk over and get that field goal percentage up. We'll see you back for the fourth quarter in just a second. It's the fourth quarter here in the Cintas Center. Fairfield with a bit of a controlling 9-point lead. They owned the foul game in that third quarter, and it's why they have the lead here. They got a lot of attempts at that free throw line. Michael Lewis and Davion Karim have stepped up tonight. They're the leading scorers for Fairfield on the season, and they're the leading scorers for them tonight. East, an abysmal 8% from the free throw line. They've got to get that up as Clemens starts with a bucket for Fairfield to start the fourth quarter.
The lead is just getting farther and farther away. You have to score right here, right now. You got to get hot.
You need some big scoring possessions if you're East. Akindelli to the corner. Fairfield playing so fast on defense, really adjusting well, and it's rejected by Gabe Clemens there.
Man.
Lewis thought about pulling up from three, decides against it. Perry gonna have a foul called on him there. And remnants of that third quarter there early. There's another foul on the floor for East. Perry up to 3 fouls on the night. And these refs not been kind to the East defense. Clemens wide open under the rim, puts it up, and he gets it to go once again, and now the lead, 13, the biggest it's been all night. Perry to the corner, Akindelli trying to work it inside. East has got to get some points here somehow.
You cannot go cold for this long. Credit Fairfield's defense. But East is they're just missing right now.
Akindelli from the corner. No good. Another missed three there for East. It's the story of the night as Perry goes up and he gets the two. So finally, East will get some points on the board. With that, Coach Atkins will take a timeout for East. They'll talk things over. They've got a bit of a lead to crawl back from. 11 points for Fairfield right now. We'll see you back after the timeout. We welcome you back for the last 6 minutes and 28 seconds of this regional semifinal here of the OHSAA tournament. Fairfield up by 11 points here in the fourth quarter. And East has just not been able to get their shots to fall, and Fairfield has gotten opportunities under the rim to shoot from the free throw line and make the easy layups.
And for a player like Trey Perry, he's been a starter for 4 years. He's heard the overrated chants his entire high school career.
Big turnover there.
You got to wonder, is this how he wants to go out?
Rejected there by Gabe Clemens. East able to jump back on it. Man, Gabe Clemens has been all over it tonight. And Fairfield comes away after the turnover with possession somehow. And now Fairfield's going to take their time. They're in no rush with an 11-point lead here with 5:50 to go in the fourth. Trying to tip it away. It's loose on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball.
It'll go East's way.
A lucky break for Lakota East there, as it looked like Michael Lewis was actually the one that ended up on top of it.
Yeah, I didn't even think PJ McFarland had control at all. Lucky break there. You have to capitalize right now.
Washburn to McFarland. Bowman from 3. Can't get it. Another miss from beyond the arc for East. Free throw or 3-point percentage down to 7.1. Krim driving inside. Rejected by Bowman, but it's loose. It'll stay East ball. Another good stop by the East defense, but they've got to capitalize on offense. They are not making the most of these possessions.
East's defense they've been spectacular tonight. I have no idea what went wrong on offense.
Perry driving inside from mid-range, and he gets it to go. At a time like this, you got to rely on Trey Perry.
Yep, you got to call on him, and you got to.
And that one. Not sure they're going to call that one on. It's going to be against P.J. McFarland. Fairfield will maintain possession there. A little bit off trying to catch that charge. 4:48 left to go. From 3, Fairfield no good there. Akindelli there for the rebound. Perry in transition now. Got 2 guys to beat. Slows it down, pulls up, fadeaway shot, no good off the front of the rim.
That would have been huge.
Inside, Clemens going up. No good on the layup attempt. Big miss for Fairfield there. Perry now working it inside, puts it up, and that one he'll get to go. With that, East will take another timeout. The lead down to 7. They're crawling back slowly but surely here. 4 minutes left to go in the 4th. We will step away for just a second. We'll be back after the timeout. We welcome you back to Cintas Center, regional semifinal here. 38-31 the score at the moment. Fairfield's been hot, but East able to crawl back a little bit here. They're still down by 7. 4:13 still left to go. Fairfield will have the ball coming out of the timeout. And East, the story of tonight, we've mentioned it a lot, but 7.1% from the three-point line. They were good from beyond the arc last game against Centerville. They haven't been able to convert here, and free throws have killed them on the defensive side of the ball. As a big turnover there by Mikey Akindelli, and Perry gets the free bucket. What a huge play. With 4 minutes left to go, the lead now down to 5. Some huge plays in succession by the East defense here late. You can feel that momentum right now as it's taken away once again. Perry gonna be fouled on the floor, so East will maintain possession. What a series of events here in Cintas Center. 3:44 left to go. East down by only 2 possessions, and they've got the ball now. Man, they have had their heads on a swivel. They've intercepted 4 passes in a row.
This defense has been spectacular all night. The fast breaks have been so good recently. Trey Perry is able to get it every time. We just got to start. Have to capitalize here. This has to be a huge.
Perry no good from beyond the arc. The story continues. They haven't made a 3 since the first quarter.
That would have been a game changer.
Here is Michael Lewis trapped there inside. That one, Gabe Clemens going to take advantage of the slam dunk there by the 6'8 senior. Perry now will try from 3. No good again. Nobody been able to get hot here. Still 7-point lead for Fairfield. Lewis goes in, getting it back outside. Lewis wanted that one. Didn't get it in time. Clock ticks below 3 minutes. And Fairfield now will take a timeout. We'll stick with you, man. What a series of events for East to get them back in this game, but man, they have not been able to capitalize on their free offensive opportunities.
That's how it's been all game. Come out of the game hot, Fairfield takes control. You come out of the half hot looking like you're about to come back, Fairfield takes control. You go on a run in this fourth quarter, and now Fairfield up 40-33. Sorry about the scoreboard. Fairfield should have 40. East just at 33. But man, I mean 6.3% from three.
I mean, that's the worst three-point percentage we've seen all year from East, a team that usually is about 40% from the line. They were about 50% from the line last week. Man, or sorry, on Saturday, but they've just come out not being able to get into a rhythm. They've just seemed off on the offensive side of the ball, and it's a shame when that defense has been playing so well. And honestly, Fairfield on offense has not looked that dominant. They've just gotten Gabe Clemens, the 6'8 center, wide open. Press defense from East here early. Backed up there is Michael Lewis. They've got to get a stop here. Krim takes it inside to Clemens, and Clemens is fouled. He'll get 2 shots from the line. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He'll get a chance to up that free throw percentage here.
We're going to need a miracle run of three-pointers here if East wants to have any chance. It seemed like they were going to do it. 5 minutes left in the fourth. They were going on the run, but missed threes, killed them, and that's how it was all night.
No good on the first free throw attempt. East has caught a little bit of a break. Fairfield only 53% from the free throw line. Clemens will try again here. Gets it on his second. He's 1 for 4 on the night now. Perry will take it up for East. 8-point game here late. Like you said, they're going to need a miracle run of threes here if they want to get back in this one. Smith gets it to go. The freshman finally breaks the dry spell for East from beyond the arc. Wisely there, Clint Atkins, the coach, will take a timeout. 41-36 now the score, down to a 5-point lead. What a play by J.J. Smith when they needed him most.
And that is just a massive play from the freshman. He's going to be great by the time he's a senior. I mean, that's the first 3 that's hit since the first quarter, Max, for East. As happy as I am that finally the 3 falls and we still have a solid chance to come back in this one, just so disappointing to see that field goal percentage from 3 at just 11.8.
And J.J. Smith is perfect this postseason from beyond the arc. That guy, he hasn't taken a 3 yet tonight until then. Maybe they needed somebody else just to come alive to break that dry spell, and now they've got to come alive once again. A couple stops on defense, and they could be back in this game. 2:26 left to go. This shaping up to be a great finish here at Cintas. And a foul going to be called there. Davion Krim, a little bit too much contact there. East up to 4 fouls. They've got to be careful not to let Fairfield get in the bonus here late.
No, you got enough time here to try and get a stop. You're not forced to foul them at this point in the game. Play trap defense, hope they make a mistake, and don't let Gabe Clemens just get an easy bucket.
Clemens getting it inside there to Lewis, and he converts there. Lead back up to 7 for Fairfield. Perry driving inside, back out to Smith, who puts it up. And he's good again from the same spot there. Man, J.J. Smith is the only thing keeping East in this game right now.
Just let him keep shooting. Just let J.J. Smith keep shooting the ball.
Again, East will take another timeout. Man, J.J. Smith, the freshman 6'4" forward. Man, he's got a bright future ahead of him. And, man, he has been playing great tonight. 4-point lead for Fairfield, the smallest it's been since the second quarter. Man, this game turned around in the blink of an eye.
If only. If only we let J.J. Smith start shooting threes in the second quarter. Man, credit to East. They're sticking with it, not giving up. I mean, how can you in a playoff game like this? Got to get lucky with some defensive stops here. Make Fairfield make some mistakes. You still have a chance. You don't even need a three at this point. You can get a two, make it a two-point game. This one's getting exciting.
Just play smart if you're East on defense. Don't foul and let them get in the bonus. Krim working it up the court. Lewis there fouled, and with that, Fairfield will get sent to the line. They're in the bonus, exactly what East wanted to avoid. And Davion Krim, the last guy East wants to send to the line. He's 80% from there.
Yeah, he's been about the only Fairfield player that can hit on his free throws.
Sorry, they'll send Michael Lewis to the line. He's 75% from the line. Fairfield only 57% on the night. Good on his first there.
All right, now you need
back up to 5.
Gonna need another big three-pointer here.
Second shot from Lewis. Good as well. And now you're back up to a 6-point lead. J.J. Smith still out there, probably looking for another three-ball opportunity. Got to think Fairfield's adjusted a little bit to get on top of him. Perry pulls up. Smith there for the rebound. Can't get the putback bucket. And now with 1:20 left to go, Fairfield slowing it down, working it up the court. Intercepted there by J.J. Smith, and he's fouled in transition. J.J. Smith continues to be the only guy in this game keeping East in it. They do need a miracle now, though, with 1:17 left to go.
That's an unfortunate foul call, though. A smart one from Fairfield. Trey Perry had the easy layup. J.J. Smith is single-handedly keeping East alive in this game.
Bowman to Perry. Perry working it in, puts it up from mid-range. Can't get it to go. It's out of bounds. And it's Fairfield ball. Want to remind you as time's starting to run out here from Lakota East broadcasting side of things. If this is East's last basketball game, don't unsubscribe. We'll see you again for the spring sports season. We'll be broadcasting boys baseball, men's volleyball, lacrosse, and hopefully some softball as well. We'll bring to you in the spring. With 1:04 left, East does need a miracle here as Fairfield gets sent to the line. They're still in that bonus. But a lot still to come from Lakota East broadcasting, even if this is our last basketball game here.
And what a season it's been, I mean, for the Thunderhawks. Trey Perry's last season before he heads off to college, it was a special one. Had another incredible year, and this team has shown a lot of hope for the future. I mean, J.J. Smith tonight, Brady Bowman, who was the starter all year. This team has a lot to look forward to, even with losing Trey Perry and Mike Akindelli. Those are two huge
missed free throws there. Perry now has a chance to take it up for East. Bowman to Washburn. East running out of time. They've got to put something up. And there the foul called on the pass inside. East only one foul away from that bonus.
There's still time, but it's looking bleak.
If only that three-point percentage would have been a little bit higher for Lakota East, this game would be completely different. J.J. Smith puts it up, can't get it to go. And with that, if Fairfield is smart about it, that could do it. As Lewis in transition only got Akindelli to beat, and Akindelli meets him under the rim. Are they going to call it a foul?
How?
They will. Fairfield back to the line once again. And man, even with how this game has turned out, couldn't have asked for a better season to end off here up in the studio. As Clemens no good on his layup, and he'll get the and one there. What an unfortunate ending to this game. Fouls once again have killed East against this Fairfield squad.
It's like the last game against Fairfield, just fouls, but this three-point percentage, this is the worst shooting performance I have seen out of Lakota East in a long time. Especially from three. It was abysmal.
And so unfortunate to see from this East squad as well. A team that looked like they had the potential to go deep in these playoffs. They definitely could have sized up against St. X or Lakota West, who will be playing next. No good there on the and one attempt from Gabe Clemens. Perry now will take it up over to Smith. Smith puts it up from three. No good there, and that should do it. Fairfield working it up. Bronson taking his time. And he's fouled with 13 seconds left to go. We're seeing these Fairfield fans stand up, support their side. They will move on, most likely to play either St. X or Lakota West at the state semifinal on Sunday. No good on the free throw attempt. Brody Hayes will sub in.
You got to wonder how much farther this Fairfield team is going to last shooting free throws like this. It'll be exciting next matchup, though. They're either playing West or St. Xavier, like you said. That one will be a fun one.
And this free throw percentage not been good for Fairfield. Doesn't matter, though, this late into the game. And fouled again is Krim. East just drawing this game out right now. Be exciting to see this East baseball team take over in the spring. Yeah. They look ready to maybe make a run for state.
That's what the buzz has been all about. A lot of people think that this East baseball team can most definitely win the GMC and possibly, like you said, make a run at that state title. It has been a very incredible year for East sports. I mean, football was fantastic. Basketball, it's been an incredible season, making it all the way to Cintas. And for baseball, you hope they can live up to the expectations and go to that state semifinal. A lot of people want to help out with the streams for that, so you might see maybe some different commentators here and there. Me and Max will try to do as many games as we can, but it'll be the first time in East broadcasting history that we will be streaming baseball, and we could not be more excited about it.
Yeah, and could not have asked for a better basketball season to end it out. Been fun to call it here in the Cintas Center. 7 seconds left to go. Should see these teams just dribble it out. You saw Perry there just a second ago, hugging Coach Atkins on the sideline. His final minutes played here at Lakota East. He gave us 4 years of great basketball. The all-time leading scorer for Lakota East. Mikey Akindelli as well, the senior. We'll move on as Hayes puts it up from three, and of course now sinks it from NBA range. With that, that will do it. Fairfield will move on to play at the state semifinal against either St. X or Lakota West. Want to encourage you to check out our partners, Lakota West Broadcasting. They'll bring you that game after that one's done. But from us here in the booth, Max Earl, Beck Lucas, couldn't have been happier to bring you this one. We'll see you again in the spring. Stick with us for all those spring sports. Should be a fun season, but that will wrap it up for Lakota East here. Their GMC rivals, Fairfield, will move on to the next round. I want to thank you so much for watching. Shout out to all of our athletic boosters and our sponsors, Butler Tech and Lakota East Spark. And, of course, Lakota East Broadcasting for making this entire basketball season of streams possible, as well as a shout out to Xavier University for allowing us to stream here tonight. We will see you again in the spring, but for now, we will log off